Welcome to Killian's 3 Cents. It's been a while trying to pick this back up, and I just gotta find something to talk about and go for it. And today's thing, I want to talk about this little Twitter post here from Canada Owens on May 21st. Ban for pornography. It's psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. First off, when I hear this statement, it just tells me you do not understand men's nature. It just straight up tells me you don't understand how the male mind works. And the thing with her and some a lot of conservatives, or I don't know, if conservatives is the right word. Maybe just far more leaning to the right. Think that pornography should be banned because it hurts men. Well, first off, it doesn't hurt men, it hurts women. Let's make that very clear. Okay. Secondly, most men who are married would not watch any porn if their wife fucks them. Okay. If a guy is having regular intercourse with his wife, he's not watching porn. Okay. Like, it only is there to fill the gap of a need that's not being met. It's a substitute. It is not the real ingredient. Okay. Let's just make that very clear. So to me, when I read this, she makes it sound like what men are trading in sex for porn. No. That's not how men operate at all. And we have a few comments from Pearl Davis here, because I think she kind of understands what's going on better than most. She says, if a woman do not want to have sex with a young man, what are men supposed to do? Like, the sexual urge for man for sex is always there, basically. It's not something that's turned on or off. It is always present. It is always a want. It is a man's responsibility to control it to the best of his ability, but it's always there. And she brings this comment, be abstinent until 30 years old. Women decide they're not ready to have sex with them. And this is just a comment because, even a lot of conservative pundits on the Twitter and the YouTubes are like, not even getting married until they're almost 30, let's just think about this. If you ban porn, that's not going to stop a man from jerking off in the bathroom with his imagination or whatever he can find. Okay. The problem that men face controlling their sexual nature has been going on since Old Testament. You could argue pornography is an easier tool for it, but it's not the end-all be-all. And then she goes ahead and comments, a lot of guys' comments provided with you an answer of your question, LOL. What was that answer? This is just smear. Because men are not perverts, they recognize the ills of pornography. That just sounds like a dude that's trying to virtualize, being virtuous, trying to get virtue points, Reddit likes, thumbs ups, views, street cred. The idea of a woman defending pornography doesn't seem to impress them. I don't think she's defending pornography. She's just calling out, yeah, this ban doesn't change the problem that we're really facing in society. And as she goes, men can say one thing for likes, but watch what they do. Women are not marrying young. There has been an explosion of online sex work. That's true. I do believe online sex work with the OnlyFans has been explosive and also publicly, socially acceptable. It's a serious question. If you don't want to sleep with a young man and women don't want to get married, what do you expect young men to do? Shaming them isn't going to do anything. If women are going for their careers and not wanting to get married young and not think about these consequences of having OnlyFans, you can't, do they think a guy maybe jacks off once a month? I'm curious, how often she thinks a guy would probably, masturbate if he wasn't having sex over a year. It's not the same like women. It never has, never will. And I think overall, what you're seeing here is that things like prostitution, which is always being related to OnlyFans, And then, the OnlyFans came out very recently, so they act like, well, prostitution is something new too. Like, no, 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 no. It's been going on since Old Testament times. I feel like the statement ban on pornography, it's just get the likes, get the views, get some controversy going, notice me kind of statement. It has no real meat to it. There's not even a bone. I wouldn't even call it fat or an organ. It's just like skin cells. It's just something there that goes away. I believe Pearl is addressing a thing like, how does that solve the issue of, if young women don't want to get married and fulfill a man's sexual desires, what is a man supposed to do? And of course she has no follow up. She's like, well, just read the comments. Like, okay, come on, bitch. Get real. You're supposed to be a professional at this. But, yeah, I think OnlyFans is really as popular as it is because there probably is a lack of young men not getting married and having consistent sex in their life. I believe, I gotta probably look this up just to confirm, but I'm sure that men who are married have more sex or sexual activities than men who are not married. It just makes sense. A married man goes to bed with a woman, odds are pretty high you might do it. If a single man goes to bed without a woman, odds are, 0. But this statement, it's a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. Like change the word pornography. Like, ban prostitution. It's a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. Like, no, it's not. It's a symptom, maybe, of a disease, of women who grow up without strong values, like go into the pornography business, or women who are not being told the consequences and the results of having doing pornography, or maybe OnlyFans. I'm always like iffy on pornography and OnlyFans because I don't think they're exactly the same. I think the OnlyFans could be a little more on a scale, a little less porno. OnlyFans could just be a woman posting pictures of her underwear or something like that. Same results, but less dick, potentially. I think I'm finding myself more on Pearl's side. Like, okay, you banned it, then what? That's what she's asking. And she's like, well, what do you mean, then what? Like, she doesn't really give like an answer. Like, if we banned it, then therefore, what, men are stronger? I don't even think that's like a real statement. I mean, guys have been masturbating, jerking off since the dawn of ages to anything they could, I think this statement's just a lack of understanding how men's minds work when it comes to their sexual nature. And I do believe Pearl's response, like, if we want men to watch less porn, we have to get them married off, and and hopefully their wives provide a good, consistent sex life for them, so they don't ever have to watch pornography. I think that's like your best solution there. But like, it just feels stupid hearing this, because I think if you ask any man, would you rather pay for OnlyFans or have like real sex? They would always want real sex. Like, if you told a man you have your choice, all the pornography you watch or all the sex you could have with your wife, which one would you pick? It's like, oh, I obviously want to do it with my wife. So it just feels such a weak statement. I'm not impressed. I'm giving it like a 2 out of a 10. I think it's just for the shits and giggles. Like, notice me. I think a lot of people, correlate OnlyFans to prostitution, to sex work. And there's probably some arguments there. Like, yeah, it's all in the same big umbrella. But I think the big problem with OnlyFans In pornography, it actually hurts women. I think the correct statement is ban pornography and OnlyFans. It's a psychological weapon intended to weaken our women. I think if she said that, that would have been the best statement and the correct statement. Because when you watch these YouTube videos of these women doing OnlyFans, they don't think of the consequences and the risks of them finding a potential husband and having a family and, you know, being a homemaker, which will probably bring them more happiness than ever selling a picture of themselves in less to no clothing. So this is just like a complete miss on her end. You know, I think if she was really good, I wouldn't even respond like this. I would respond like just correct her statement, and I'll just be like, no, like it's abstract, like it tends to weaken our women. And then if you did that, you would have fucking gold. I think you would have like a really gold statement that's unique and clever. But she's not being unique and clever. She's just being there to get noticed, to have attention, to start up some banter, controversy, to be seen, you know. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents on this little matter. Like, whenever I see this kind of statements, I'm just like, yeah, you don't get men, you don't get women. You're just following the bandwagon of whatever people want to talk about. But yeah, that's my 3 cents in the matter. Hopefully I can bring you more content and bring some clarity to these topics and ideas that people go back and forth on. Hopefully the sound quality is not too shitty. It's been a while since I recorded a video, and I don't think I had all my softwares properly running to maybe get the mic to sound at its best quality, but stick with me, you know. We'll work through all these social problems one by one. And hopefully if I keep this up, I'll try to do a video a day. It might be long, but it'll be a video. Something to look forward to. Cheers.